Ladies and gentlemen, pardon the interruption. Another Monday Night Live with MWR Financial. Listen, you're going to be glad you walked away from whatever it is you were doing to get on this platform. We're going to try to extend the invitation time so that you can get everybody that you know that's already in your business on this platform tonight. There's some exciting things that are happening, some exciting news that's going to be shared with you. This upcoming event is going to be so exciting. We want to get you registered for that as well. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about some of the enhancements that you're going to see at that upcoming event. Listen, we're going to get a sneak peek into what MWR Financial is bringing to the table. More tools in our toolbox, giving you the ability to grow your business. I mean, your dreams now can come true. I'll say that. I'm done. It is absolutely insane what you're going to hear tonight, what you're going to see from our CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House. Listen, we talked earlier, and I said to him that he's worse than I am. He can't hold water because he's been shared these secrets of the wealthy, and he's sharing it with you and me because he wants to see you and I succeed. And that's the beauty of the commitment that he's made to grow this business, the commitment he's made to you, to me, to our families. Guys, we've got a chance to do something big here. So let's get started. I promise you we'll get 50 states in before we turn this over to him. Let's see who's on the platform, who's joining me, what city, what state. Guys, let's say it loud. Tell me who you are, where you're calling from, where you're chiming in from. This is going to be an exciting platform tonight. MWR Financial Monday Night Live. There we are, Rochelle. Where you go? Colorado Springs in the house, first out. Miss Norma, Chicago. Welcome to the platform. Randy Christensen, Greeley, Colorado. Listen, way out west. These guys are coming in. All right, Wisconsin's in the house. Who else is out there? Okay, Miss McLean, good deal. Miss Turner, welcome to the platform. Always a pleasure. Absolutely. Miss Bird, Delaware, welcome to the platform. Guys, give me a few more. Mr. Williams, New York, welcome to the platform, sir. Who else is out there? Miss Lopez, Chicago, welcome to the platform. There she is, Miss Patterson, Fayetteville, Georgia, welcome to the platform. Mr. Hayes, out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, welcome to the platform. Charles Ivory. All right, my man made it back home from the cruise, I hope. Welcome to the platform. All right, Miguel, ¿cómo está, my friend? Out of Miami, welcome to the platform. Long Beach, California, Miss Stanton, welcome to the platform. Mr. Banks, Nightdale, North Carolina, welcome to the platform. Newton, North Carolina. Wilfong, I'm sorry, welcome to the platform. Who else? Vancouver, all right. Ms. Hodges, welcome to the platform. David, Indianapolis, Indiana, welcome to the platform, sir. Let's get a few more in before we transition over. Mississippi, Beverly, welcome to the platform. Guys, this is going to be exciting. All right, Somerville, South Carolina, welcome to the platform. David Gibson, Houston, Texas. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Mr. Lawrence, welcome to the platform. Guys, who else is out there? Let me have a few more before we transition over. Las Vegas in the house. Tanya, welcome to the platform. All right, guys, give me another one. All right, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Alice, welcome to the platform. Cedric, welcome to the platform. All right, Virginia. All right. Who else? The Poconos. Kim Jones, welcome to the platform. All right, Brooklyn, New York. Mr. Toll, welcome to the platform. Don Wilson, my friend out of Chicago, Illinois. Welcome to the platform, sir. Guys, listen, let's go and get started. We've got a lot of ground to cover, but before we get started, I believe we're at the point where we want to show you a clip of some upcoming event. So now would be the time. Listen, watch intently. Take a look. Listen, February the 4th and 5th, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Come on down, guys. The weather's going to be incredible. I've already checked that out. This is going to be sunshine. I mean, the beach is right around the corner from the hotel. We're going to have a ball. But I'm telling you, did you see it? You saw the clip, the announcements, the comp plan enhancements, all of those things that are coming come February 4th and 5th. We've got to position ourselves now, and we're going to talk about that tonight. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the platform the gentleman that is responsible for putting all this together. We owe him a debt of gratitude, honestly, not just ourselves, but our families, because of his commitment to the average everyday person. I've never seen it before, ever in my life, seen anybody make such a commitment to reach back and want to see the masses win. He could walk away tomorrow in the sunset, ride off, and never have to worry again, but that's not enough for him. No, enough people haven't succeeded, and he wants to see all of us succeed to the degree that he succeeded. Can you imagine that? A CEO with that level of commitment? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have. Now, he's not new to this. He's built 4. This is the 4th multi-million-dollar company. This gentleman knows how to do it. He knows how to build big. He knows how to make a commitment. He knows how to help everybody win. That's what I love about him, his heart and the level of commitment that he's making to all of us. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the platform the CEO and founder of MWR Financial, Mr. Brian T. House. I'm not hearing you.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, 5x5, my friend. Welcome to the platform. Listen,
you would think I'd know how to do this by now, wouldn't you?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Listen, man, I just want to say this. I know you're a reasonable man. You're a sensible man. You're a compassionate man, but you have lost your mind. Some of the things that are coming up, what we're going to be offering. This is the hope that we all wanted, man, and needed. If there was a chance, I always say it, if there was a chance for us to win, this is it. You just guaranteed that. You just ensured that we all win. All we got to do is be willing to participate in our own success. You've created the platform. Now you're going to enhance the platform. And it's just right around the corner. And then you're going to unveil some of those things tonight to let us know basically what's coming. Brian, you and Damo, Brian Bean, you three together 2 years ago, maybe longer, started talking about making MWR Financial the kind of company that would develop more millionaires than any other company in this industry. I say to you, my friend, that with what we've got already, plus what is coming, that becomes a reality. It will happen here. There's no question about it. And then people always talk about, legacy, right? So here's what I know. MWR Financial is that legacy company. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. I mean, my grandson and your son, we'll be business partners. This is where we're going with this, guys. You talk about leaving an inheritance and creating that for your children. This thing is willable, transferable. I mean, this is unbelievable what we've been given an opportunity to build. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for joining the platform.
Hey, Gerald, thank you. I appreciate it. And listen, this is a work in progress. It always will be. MWR Financial, as long as we can continue to make things better, to improve things, to provide additional opportunities and ways for people to be able to make, save, and grow their money, which we're going to talk about some of that tonight. But I'm going to say this, guys. I see we've got a bunch of people on here already. I'm going to tell you, over the net, I'm going to cover a little bit of housekeeping, but you might want to send a text or 2 or 4. Make sure everybody on your team is on this because they're not going to want to miss it. I'm just telling you. What I'm getting ready to leak, okay, is extremely important. And I promise you, you may not be able to sleep tonight by the time I'm done. Okay, but go ahead, Gerald. What were you gonna say?
No, real quick, not to interrupt. But I just if you would just give them a chance to get some other people on. I need Damo's help with Anna with that pin code to get to that number, ladies and gentlemen. So we're the Spanish translation is available at the number you see on the screen: 319-527-2529. And Damo, if you've got Anna's number, can you retext the code to get her in as the host? She's struggling with that. He's working on it. Good deal. So that's what I need to make sure that we got.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll be translating that on 319-527-2584 or 2529. I'm sorry, 2529. So that'll be translated, and I know Martin is running that across the screen there. But seriously, guys, I would make sure everybody on your team is on here, or that they see this. I would definitely make sure that they see this because we're going to let the cat out of the bag a little bit tonight. And what we wanted to do, first of all, I want to say I hope you guys had a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. So we've got so many great messages from you guys, and I just can't thank you enough for all the kind words and the gratitude that you've shown us. And I assure you, there's nobody more grateful than myself and my wife and our corporate office for every single one of you and what you're doing out there to make such a huge difference. So thank you so much. In addition to that, I wanted to, because in the spirit of giving, tonight we wanted to, what I feel like is give you an early Christmas present. Okay, so we're going to do that. But before I get into that, we've got some special guests we're going to bring up here real quick to help me with this. And they'll kind of fill in the blanks because I'm going to be all over the place, guys. I'm so excited right now. I've made some notes and I'm going to jump all around. But I will tell you, ever since we started this company, there have been moments in this company where I've been very excited about what we're doing. Okay, very excited. And I maintain that excitement because of you guys. You guys help me do that. You motivate me and inspire me and make me want to just continue to make this thing better and better and better. But I will tell you, there has never been a point where I felt like we could almost guarantee someone not just their success, but that we could actually guarantee that if people plug in, follow what we're doing, share our message with others, and utilize what we're getting ready to share with you tonight, some of the little stuff we're going to leak, okay, that I could almost guarantee that as long as they had an income with us, with a job, wherever, that we could help them become a millionaire.
Wow.
And probably a multimillionaire because of what's coming. Okay. And stuff that's coming that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and bring in more people or any of that stuff. It's just things that we're going to be adding. So before I get into that, because I'm going to end up spilling that before I get to what I really need to do.
Tell it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Let's cover some housekeeping real quick, and then I'm going to bring up our guests. All right. First of all, I want to go over our ERC program, our Employee Retention Credit Program. First of all, I want to say you guys are killing it. We have got hundreds and hundreds of businesses that have been submitted. There are several of those businesses that are completed that now we're just waiting on the refund to come back to them and payment to come to us in order to be able to pay you your 40% as well as your upline a 25% check match on those fees. So we're excited about that. That's great. But I will tell you, I had a conversation with our ERC experts, our employee retention credit experts, and they said, Brian, with everybody that we're working with right now and the hundreds of people that are businesses that are already submitted, I know you said you were going to do this, but can you please get your field force, MWR's field force that is submitting these to do the follow-up with these businesses that have maybe the status says waiting for documents because a company that you submitted or that's submitted via your capture site for our ERC program, if you can reach out to them and just say, hey, company is waiting on your documents because our experts have already sent them. We've already completed the analysis with them, their phone consultation. When it says waiting for documents, they're good to go. All they have to do is get those documents in. We make sure the proper paperwork is submitted to the IRS along with the proof that we need, which is part of that those documents, and everything else is taken care of for you. But we need your help. We need your help to follow up because they're sending emails, they're making phone calls, and I said, don't make another follow-up phone call. Now, I'm telling you this for a reason. The reason is you make more money than they do off of this deal, okay? You make more money than they do. If you submit a client and you see waiting for documents and it said that as the status for 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, a week, whatever it is, pick up the phone, give them a call and say, please get your documents in. Our experts are waiting on it to be able to submit your paperwork, and time is running out for the ERC program. Okay. So put a sense of urgency on it, but definitely help with that. If you see where we've left them a voicemail and it's been a week since you've called, I promise you they've been left multiple voicemails. Okay. And we're not going to call them more than 2 times because they get a number to call back on the voicemail and they can call back. So I'm not going to have our ERC experts chasing your business clients that supposedly want to take advantage of the ERC program, I need your help. Say, hey, they tried to get a hold of you. They've left you messages. They can't reach you. Can you please give them a call so they can get you taken care of? Or let me know. If you don't want to participate, I'll let them know so they can take you off the list, because they have hundreds of other businesses to deal with that do want to get this done. Okay. So I would definitely do that in regards to the ERC program. So in other words, we need your help. Now, that does not mean call our ERC experts and just follow what's in your back office. Waiting for documents, give them a call. Get them to get their documents in. Everything they need to send has already been sent to them via email. And so they have a list of everything they need to provide, and that's all been explained to them already, or they wouldn't have that. Okay. So you don't need to call our ERC experts and say, what documents do you need? Say, hey, you got a list of documents that was sent to you. Get them back to them. Is there a challenge? If there's a challenge, reach out to them and let them know what the challenge is. Let the experts handle it. You don't have to become the expert on this. Okay. Same thing with left a voicemail. So definitely take care of that, because we want to get all of you paid that have had businesses that have been submitted, because, you know, it's taking typically anywhere between 2 to 6 months for the IRS to pay out on ERC payments. And there are some of you that are going to get some very nice checks. I mean, very, very big checks. Okay. And or commissions off of that. And so I'm excited for you, but let's close out the rest of them. All right. So with that, that's one thing we wanted to talk about is need your help. Need your help, guys. All right. On the ERC program to make sure these businesses do what they need to do or knock them off the fence. Okay. So with that, next thing I'm going to tell you in regards to housekeeping is we have a month left in this year. 1 month left. Okay. And if you have people in your family, friends, business associates, people that you work with at your job, whatever it is, that have not participated in MWR, especially for our instant pay raise program, just realize that if those people were in your business within the next week, there is a good possibility that they may not have to pay any income tax at all for the remainder of the year, and they can get that money back on their very next paychecks. I know there are millions upon millions upon millions of people out there right now with what's going on in our economy, with what's going on in the market, with what's going on with inflation and recession and gas prices and food prices and the possibility of this rail strike that can potentially happen. All of these things that are impacting so many people. What would it mean to those people that you work with? A lot of you, that if they could get an extra $300, $500, $600, $1,000 back into their check this month, because they've already paid enough in for the entire year. They've already paid enough. Okay. So there's a real good chance that money can come back into their paycheck before the end of the year and them not have to pay another dime in income tax the rest of the year. That'll make a huge difference in people's lives, guys. And there's a sense of urgency on it because there's only a month left. You tell them at the end of December, they just missed out on it. Okay. And we've got a window of opportunity between now and the first week of December to make a huge impact for those people and maybe help them cover Christmas for their kids, whatever it may be, just by getting them an instant pay raise. Okay. And for most people, they could have gotten it for the last 2 or 3 months without having to pay in anything. Okay. So the longer we wait, the more it costs people, And that's not to push you. That's just the facts. Okay. So with that, so our instant pay raise, all those things that I just talked about. And now what I want to do is I want to get into what's coming, guys. All right. And in order to do this, I'm going to bring up a couple of guests. Actually, I'm going to bring up one guest first, and then I'm going to bring up a closer. Okay. I'm going to call him the closer because I know whatever me and the next gentleman say, he'll be able to tie it up and wrap it in this nice, pretty bow and make it sound way more amazing than probably what we're able to do, because we're going to be rambling because we're just both so excited. All right. So with that, I'm going to bring up my co-host on this, and that is none other than our president and CEO, or president of Field and Leadership Development. I'm the CEO. Okay. And that's none other than Mr. Ndamo Tolson.
Hey, Brian, what's going on, man? I'm so excited I lost my voice.
Oh, I know you did. You did. So I'm going to keep it. Yeah, listen, I'll try to go through this and you can touch on stuff so I can save your voice. All right. And then we'll bring up our guest and have him kind of tie it all together and wrap it up in a bow for us. But listen, you and I have been talking.
Yes.
We've had several phone calls, several Zooms. We have finalized some agreements and some agreements that are being finalized right now, with some things that we're going to be bringing to the table and that we're going to announce at our February event. And I will tell you guys, the things that we're going to announce should all be in place on February 4th and 5th. Not we're going to announce them and then they come later. Right. There is a possibility that one thing will take a little bit longer. Okay. But there's so many things that we're going to announce that will be in place. It's going to be crazy. And Dom, I'm just going to say this. I told Gerald this earlier, and I was telling everybody else just a second ago. I really believe after the enhancements that we make on February 4th and 5th, we are as close as we have ever been to being able to guarantee that someone that gets involved with MWR Financial takes advantage of what we have to offer and implements the strategies, the systems that we have in place and utilizes the team of experts that we're going to be providing them. I feel like I could almost guarantee that they will become a millionaire.
No, Brian, and that's
a millionaire.
And I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. In fact, they will have a clear view of how that's going to happen for them. So that's why they're going to be so excited. And then the fact that you can do that for people and you can do it for yourself and then others. So then those that are building the business to share the business with others, they're going to see how they're going to accelerate that millionaire status so quickly. They'll see how 24 to 36 months is so right there for them. It's going to be absolutely exciting. When the announcements are made, there will literally be like guttural type, audio, I should say audio, yes. Things that'll happen for people because they'll just be so excited.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I want to, and I've been struggling with this because, guys, we're not going to lay it all out tonight. Right. Okay. But I'm going to give you enough that I'm not kidding. When we get off this phone call, if you sleep tonight, then you need to watch this over and make sure you get what I'm about ready to say. Okay. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the reason I made that comment just a second ago is that you already know us as the Financial Makeover Company. I honestly believe that when these enhancements are put into place, we will become the ultimate cash flow company. Okay. The ultimate cash flow company. I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a program or an opportunity out there that can reverse the effects of a bad economy while still providing you everything you need to excel in any economy. Okay. There's not another company out there that can do that. Right now, we are the only company that can actually reverse the effects of a bad economy. Now, how do we do that? When I say we're a cash flow company, the ultimate cash flow company, we create cash flow out of your existing income by putting money back in your pocket from banks, government, or the government banks and big business, okay, while also helping you fight inflation. All right, so we do that. In addition to that, we create even more cash flow by providing you an opportunity to create a business income on top of your existing income. So that's still cash flow. Business income is still cash flow. Okay. In addition to that, we provide you with multiple ways to create passive streams of income, passive income, okay, through our MWR Passport program. Now, right now, you know of a few of those. You know of our private reserve account and our land banking, which are absolutely phenomenal, okay? But I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here, all right? And I'm going to just give you a hint of what you can expect, all right? Imagine being able to earn a passive income. In our passport program, imagine being able to earn a passive income weekly off of a specific type of investment. Imagine being able to have another investment that you could earn an annual income or annual return on investment, but also a monthly income or in the form of maybe a dividend. Man, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag if I don't watch it now. All right. Then imagine being able to take the money that is in that stream of income and parlaying it into another investment that allows you to double dip, similar to what you see with our private reserve account, okay, to where you get to participate and be your own bank. And I'm going to give too much away, Dom, if I don't watch it. But by doing that, this last investment that I'm talking about can allow you to earn an upfront return on investment. It can allow you to earn a monthly cash flow off of the investment, a monthly income off of the investment. All right. And then a lump sum at the end of the investment. And I'm not talking about decades. I'm talking about in months or a few years, be able to earn that. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but that excites the heck out of me. All right. Because we're going to create more ways and show you the right ways. Guys, I have said this before, and Dom, I'm gonna preach about something right now. I'm gonna preach about it, and I'm gonna get this out of the way because it needs to flat out be said. All right. There is so much hype going on out there right now in a bad economy that there are companies, there are individuals, there are people out there that are preying on people's financial illiteracy, their ignorance. They're preying. If you are participating, and this is not to say, oh, I'm trying to scare you away from other opportunities, or they're just trying to keep us here. I don't care what you do. Okay. I really don't. If you want to go do something crazy, that is your business. I care about the people that want to utilize what we have and know that we have their best interest at heart, period. Okay. So any of the craziness, feel free to go do it, because some people got to learn the hard way. All right. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you an example how to identify a crazy opportunity, how to identify a scam, how to identify a Ponzi scheme, how to identify some of the things that are out there that are not sustainable, that are preying on people's ignorance during a down economy, because people are scared and they think that, oh, I can pass this off and I can get people to believe it because they need to believe it. You know what? They feel like you need to believe it. And so they're going to prey on that. I'm going to tell you something that I heard the other day, and I'm not going to mention any companies. I'm just going to say it the way it is. Okay. If you know of anybody that's participating in something like this, you might want to give them a wake up call. Okay. Because they're getting ready to get burned. Okay. And so I'm not going to name companies, but I am going to say this, and I want to do it in a positive way, because this is not a bad thing. Greatest investor of all time is who, Indamo?
It is Mr. Warren Buffett. The country had to borrow money from him to keep the economy floating. That's how great of an investor he is.
There you go. So Warren Buffett is the greatest investor of all time. Warren Buffett averaged in his career of investing, okay, since he started investing, he averages 9.24% in annual returns on his investment. 9.24% in annual returns. If you had invested $1,000 with Warren Buffett when he first started investing, which is he's very conservative in regards to how he invests in the businesses he invests in. And he does his due diligence, which is also very important. Okay. But if you had invested $1,000 when he started and you stuck with him, you'd right now have about $16,000 in an account. Now you're thinking, wow, that's crazy. Okay. Now, because he was averaging 9.24% annually. Okay. Now I will tell you, there are people out there that think that they're going to get into different markets. And I'm not even going to name the market. I'm just going to tell you what to look for. Okay. If you have any company or anybody that is saying they can get you consistent 3, 4, 5% in returns weekly, listen to me, weekly. If they say they can get you 3, 4, 5% in returns weekly and do it legitimately through trading or whatever they're doing, okay? If they say that, you need to run in the other direction. I'll tell you exactly why. At just 3% weekly, if that was real and it wasn't a Ponzi scheme and they weren't using people's money that were investing in their program to fund the older people that were already in the program, okay, and new investors' money to pay out old investors, and they're pretending like they're doing something else, okay, if you earn 3% per week and you put up $1,000, the same time frame as what you started investing with Warren Buffett, do you realize during that time frame that 3% per week compounded would be more money off of your $1,000 investment than what there is in circulation on the entire planet? On the entire planet. 3% return for weekly during that time, same time frame as if you invested with Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time, okay? And you were getting 3% a week compounded. Now imagine if 5,000 people did that, if 10,000 people did that, if 15,000 people did that, because they all bought into the same hype that was being sold. You cannot pay out more money than what is available on the planet. You cannot pay out more money than what is available in circulation. You have to realize that. And sometimes we've got to use common sense, because I understand how easy it is to buy into the hype. What I am telling you tonight is that when you see what is put together on February 4th and 5th, what we roll out, there will be no hype to it. It will look like the most amazing thing you have ever seen in your entire life when it comes to building wealth. And the great thing is that it is proven, it is predictable, and it is the same strategies that I use in my family, Damo uses in his family. We use them because we know they are real. We know they're real. We know we're not going to put our family at risk, and we know we can double dip. We know we can create wealth faster than the average American out there. Matter of fact, we can create wealth faster than the top 5%, because most of the top 5% don't even know how to utilize the systems and strategies that we're putting into place. All in one company. All in one company. You will never need to look for a grass is greener on the other side opportunity than what you have right here with MWR Financial. The stories that come out of what we are getting ready to implement, there will be people eventually calling you and saying, I heard you're in MWR Financial. How can I get in that company? That's what we want to create. That's the level of excellence that we are shooting for. Okay. So with that, I've kind of spilled the beans, Dom, a little bit on what we're going to do on the passive income side. Now let me spill the beans a little bit on what we're going to do on the income side. And then we're going to bring up our guest. Then we're going to bring up our guest.
Okay. No, absolutely. I love it. I love it.
All right. here's what we're going to do on the income side, guys. And I want you to imagine, all right, you all know our comp plan currently pays from $5 per day up to $8,500 per day. Imagine your daily guarantee doubling, almost doubling, real close to doubling. Instead of $5 a day, what if you were at $10 to maybe $15,000 a day? A day. $10 a day to $15,000 a day. Imagine that. Not only that, but how about if you had more upfront money? How about if when people got involved, as your organization grew, you were able to benefit on the growth of your entire organization in a one-time payout that was upfront, that paid you even more money to get to the next level of the daily guarantee. But you got it immediately. You got it immediately. More upfront money. Not residual, upfront, immediate income. Imagine that. And here's what's really important. The reason I'm watching some of these comments. Somebody, I don't know.
Shut your mouth.
Ken Lawrence, shut your mouth and keep on talking.
Right.
No, that's so funny. Hey, there you go. Watch your mouth. All right, listen. In addition to that, there's a reason why we wanted you guys to hear this tonight. There's going to be something special happen at the event, okay? When this rolls out and we go through all the comp plan enhancements, we go through all the service enhancements, the membership enhancements, we go through just all the amazing things that you guys got, and we're going to train on it, guys. So this is not going to be us just announcing it at the event. We're going to spend time training on each element of this so that when you walk out of that event, you have what you need to flat out go share this message with the world. Okay? Now, and you're right, Ben, that's over $5 million. $5 million a year in income. All right. Now, here's the real kicker for you, though, on this. Your goal is to get to the highest rank level in our daily guarantee as you possibly can. And I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag on this one. That rank level, whatever you are at the event, is going to be locked. And there's a special reason for that. That you, as an existing member, are going to be able to lock in your rank level where you are on our old comp plan. Okay? Because there's going to be some changes to the compensation plan. It's not going to get harder. It's just going to, it's going to change a little bit. Okay? But good change. Everything's positive in your direction. Okay? Not in ours. Believe me. But the reason I'm telling you that is that you want to lock in the highest rank level possible on our daily guarantee. Highest rank level possible, because the amount of money you can make by locking in that position in upfront money in, man, I want to say one thing, Dom, and I can't say it.
I know.
Because there's something that's going to happen that when you leave that event, people that weren't at that event will be doing something that will trigger that money for you out of your entire organization. That's the best way I can say it, Dom, without spilling the beans. Okay.
You're doing well, Brian. I'm really impressed.
Well, thanks.
And Brian, just real quickly, because we had this kind of thing happen when we were in our building era, where something was coming out and the beans were spilled, where we didn't know exactly to the detail, but we kind of knew something was coming. And I know for me personally, I tracked these numbers like crazy. And this happened. It was interesting. The event was in February, but I was notified about October. So I made a decision to go run because we have 67 days starting tomorrow. There's 67 days to our event. And I told everyone that they could do more in the period of time. So I believe people can do more in the next 67 days to impact their income than they could ever do in anything else in their lifetime, because they can't get a raise that'll jump their income up enough. That won't happen. They don't have ability to have enough money to invest. That's going to create this income that's coming in all the time fast enough to do this. So they can truly, and it's unique to be in that space. So what we did, Brian, because I ran after it, we in months that they talked about in November. So I hear about this in October. In November, we had 424 new people join the business. In December, we had 709 new people join the business. And in the month of January, that historic month that you remember so well, we had 1,656 people, new people, join the business to get in front of what we know was happening. And that company doesn't even have a candle to what we're doing, what we're talking about here.
Yeah, listen, and I was blessed that you were in part
I
of
was in your organization.
Okay, with that company. And I can remember on the very last day of January, over 630 people came in on the very last. I can remember literally refreshing my phone, and every time I would refresh it, 2 more people came in, 3 more people came in, 5 more people came in to the business. Guys, this is this big of a deal.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, I can say a lot of things to try to inspire you and motivate you and maybe get you to go out and get out of your comfort zone just a little bit. Okay. This is not one of those just a little bit moments. I assure you, this is not get out of my comfort zone a little bit. This is not one of those, I'm going to go hit it hard for 2 days. It's not going to do it. This is one of those, you've got 67 days till our event. This is one of those, other than spending time with my family at Christmas, I promise you, and this is the God's honest truth, Dom knows what we've got to accomplish by February 4th and 5th. I will be working 12 to 16-hour days for the next at least 60 of the 67 days. 12 to 16-hour days for the next 60 of the last 67 days to make sure you guys have what you need. I am putting my money where my mouth is. I said we're going to create more millionaires than any other company in history. We are throwing way more money into this compensation plan. We are creating way more value in our membership. And I just need to know you guys are with us. Wow. I need to know you guys are with us. If you appreciate what we're doing to set you up for the rest of your LIFE, okay, give it everything you've got for at least, I'll be working with you the next 60 out of 67 days. I'm just telling you, give it everything you have got. Leave it all on the table. Don't leave anything left on the field, okay? You have done everything you possibly can to knock it out of the park in those 67 days. And I promise you, you will be so glad you did it. You will not regret it. And what you're getting ready to have happen to you will be so life-changing and impactful that you will breeze through 2023. Because you will have set yourself up to win all of 2023. So with that, Dom, listen, we're running late, so I'm gonna get our guest on here because I can keep going on this because I'm pumped. Okay, but you got anything you want to say real quick before we bring up our?
Other than just you need to, as Brian said, have momentum going into that event. It'll change your life. It really will. Absolutely.
So with that, guys, listen, I'm gonna bring up a very special guest, and you guys obviously know this gentleman, but I'm going to tell you, I bounce a lot of things off of him, and one, because he is an unbelievable wordsmith, and he can help me in so many ways put things into the right perspective or put them into the right framework to where it just makes sense. But I can't do it just as nearly as well as he can. And there's obviously a reason why he's our top income earner. But I'm going to say something else about this gentleman. You already know it's Brian M. Bean, okay? And we're going to bring him up. But I'm going to say this before we do, okay? So many of you look at the leaders in this company and you think you have to be just like them. I'm going to tell you right now, don't try to be a Brian Bean. Try to be who you are. Try to be who you are. Because the biggest advantage that you have in this business is the leverage you have in this business by being able to utilize a Brian Bean, a Christy Howard, a Kevin Velasquez, an Amina Rashid,
Gerald Parker, Charles Parker. I mean, there are so many
Charles and Judith Ivory, a Chuck Harden, Rich. I'm getting in trouble already because I'm starting to name all these. Shayna Rollins, Aquana Sin, all these people. Guys, you're blessed because in this business, you don't have to be the expert when it comes to our services, and you don't have to be the expert at presenting this business. All you have to do is become great at inviting people to this business, to see this business, okay? And because you've got people that will do everything else for you. So with that said, I'm going to let him bring it up and tie a big bow on it. So guys, do me a favor, give us some fire emojis and some thumbs up and some hearts and everything else. For none other than our top income earner, Mr. Brian N. Bean.
What's up? Can you hear me, big guy?
Hey, I can hear you, buddy.
We can hear you.
Hey, man, it's hard to live up to all of this on the computer, right? I feel like I got to jump through the screen or something, but it's hard to live up to what you guys are saying through the computer. Thanks everybody for the fire emojis. Dom, you always bring a certain perspective that I don't think people realize because they view you as the president of field development, but they don't understand that in the old days when we had to build a business with events, that's all we had. So I want to give these guys some appreciation for what you just said. And Mr. House, I want to give you an appreciation. Of course, everybody already does for continuing to find a way to pour more money into the field. And by doing that, we definitely will make wealth real. So guys, I know Mr. House personally, we stay up and talk and talk and talk. I know that he personally finds or continues to make sure that we're taken care of first. I know that from the bottom of my heart. You guys will see that in February, if nothing else. Let me just say this. So I appreciate both you guys. Let me say this. Dom, you hit it right on the head. Everybody needs to hear this. Events build your business, not you. Events build your business, not you. If you're building the business and you have a what I call a warrior mentality. A warrior is a person who goes into the battle by itself, right? A soldier is a person that goes into the battle with others. If you have the mentality of a warrior, and that's what a lot of you guys do, I'm going to do this if I have to do this myself. Well, that's an oxymoron. That's not what network marketing and this home-based business model is supposed to feel like. If it's just going to be me, then I'm going to, well, that's the wrong lens. The hat you have to put on is you're going to battle up against the big four, right? Inflation, taxes, debt, big business. And you're doing it with a team of people. And we're using the tools like an event to make this happen. Everybody, please put this in the comments. I am in the distribution business. People say, no, I'm not, Brian. I'm in the financial business. No, I'm not. I'm in the money game. No, I'm not. Well, you're actually in the distribution business. Mr. House has put together all of the different suppliers and the different corporations to make our distribution base easier to transmit those services, right? To submit those services to those who need it. But you're in the distribution business. And here's what you're going to find out. The sooner you wrap your head around that, the sooner you're going to grow a distribution base. The best way to grow a distribution base is to have your entire distribution base register for events. The reason they need to register for events is because the event is going to give them a feeling, an emotion, and some vision that they'll never get at home. All right, write this down, guys. The money is not in your living room. The money is not in your house. The money that you seek and the experience that you seek and the experts that you seek and the exchange that you seek and the the ideas that you seek, they're elsewhere. Because if it was in your house, guess what? You would have them all. So what you have to do is get out your comfort zone, grow your distribution base by getting all of your distributors to Fort Lauderdale. I'll tell you guys a true story, and I'll give you a quick training before I go. When I was 19 years old, I was a sophomore at Morehouse. I graduated from Morehouse in 1997. When I was 19, I was a sophomore. My mentor told me to rent a van and fill it up. So I did just that. I was coachable. I didn't ask a lot of questions. I was too naive at 19 to believe that I could not be a millionaire. I was too naive to believe that network marketing was a scam. I was too naive at 19 to believe that wealth was not my birthright. Wealth is your birthright. So he told me, he said, I want you to rent a van and I want you to fill it up. I said, all right. As broke as I was, I got like a little 9-passenger van. So that means 11 of us are going. No, I'm just kidding. No, for real. I got like a 9-passenger van, which means 13 of us are going. I packed my little van up that I rented. Each of us chipped in like $25 or whatever. And we drove to Cherry Hill, New Jersey from Atlanta, Georgia. Just know it was hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Do you guys know that once I left that event, my organization and my vision grew by like a factor of 10 because like 9 or 10 of us actually went and each of us came home and grew our organizations by 10. So in other words, if my group is 10, it became like 100. Exponentially, that company is not the one that retired me. But that convention is the one that gave me the vision 2 years later to build an organization big enough using events to fire my boss. What's my point? By me getting out of my comfort zone and taking 9 people to a convention, the results manifested 2 years later, and I haven't worked a job in 25 years. I've been working from home for 25 years after listening to my mentor tell me to get a van and fill it up. Now, that was 2 years of delayed gratification. What you guys are going to experience is instant gratification. November, December, January, February. Now, it sounds like 4 months, but it's not. We're at the end of November, and the convention is at the beginning of February. So you really got 2 months in the middle to get this thing done, right? I've already put together a game plan for my organization, a 60-day game plan. You got 60 days really to get it done. November doesn't count because it's over, and February doesn't count because it's the 4th and 5th. So you got December and January, and most of you guys, unlike big business, you're going to take off for the next 30 days. So most of y'all are going to try to ramp up in January. It's unfortunate, but it's true. You guys are going to get instant gratification by being in attendance with an organization that you have not even met yet. Your job right now is to get as many people to hear about MWR through your existing organization and get everybody in your existing organization to bring at least 10 people to Fort Lauderdale. The gratification that you're going to receive by having a distribution base of people who put a new product or service in an existing pipeline will take some of you guys off your jobs immediately. Let me say this again. The instant gratification that some of you, I'm not guaranteeing this, and I'm not making income claims or statements, right? Past performance does not predict future results. I'll say that just as a blanket statement. What I'm saying to you is, if you take the next 60 days seriously and you bring 10 people to the conference and you grow your organization by a factor of 10 and you have a distribution base that drops a new service in it, some of you guys are going to be in a position to walk off your jobs this year. But how good are you at getting people to see the importance of taking a business trip? Look, there are 3 phases of the business, guys: create, sustain, and advance. Those are the 3 phases of the business. Peaking interest creates momentum. Prospecting creates momentum, right? Doing 3-way calls and closings create momentum. Rewards and recognition sustain momentum, right? Creating rake advancements sustain momentum. Product testimony sustain momentum. Events advance momentum. You understand? Corporate functions advance momentum. Leadership conferences advance momentum. So you don't want to be in February and your team is in the create stages. You don't want to wait till January gets here and you're in the sustain stages. You want to use this month to create, next month to create and sustain, and January and February to advance your momentum. So when you leave the conference, the only way to advance momentum is for people to be there. You don't want to leave the conference and say, all right, guys, what's our game plan? You want to go into the conference with a game plan so that your June, July, and August, you can give your boss a pink slip if you choose to. Events advance momentum. Events don't create momentum if you're smart. So here's what I want you guys to understand. The number one thing that you need to do right now in order to get the momentum going, to get a lot of people in Fort Lauderdale, two things actually. One, hold people accountable. Ask a person straight up, don't assume, are you registered for Ignition? Right? Are you registered for the conference? Right? Ignite. I'm sorry, our campaign is called the Keys to Ignition, but Ignite. Are you registered for the conference? That's number one. Don't assume. Hold them accountable. Number two, how are you getting there and where are you staying? See, a lot of y'all going to register, but you're not going to show up. Everybody going to register. Oh, I'm just going to register because it's get a discount. And if I register at the door, it's less. I mean, it's more and it's less right now. Yeah. Do you have your plane ticket? How are you getting there? And where are you staying? Those are the questions you need to have answered right now. And then everybody that joins your organization in the next 2 months needs to answer those exact same questions. Please don't put your self-imposed limitations on the mindset of a new person. What do I mean? Well, Brian, they just invested $149. Now we're about to hit them with a conference and a plane ticket and a hotel. Yes, it's a business. They need to understand coming in the door that they're joining the business at the perfect time. And don't put your self-imposed limitations on a new person and be afraid that it'll run them off if they need to take a business trip. Look, I'll tell a person in a heartbeat, this month, I need you to go in the next 90 days or 60 days, I need you to go ahead and have $1,000 saved up. I don't care what you got to do. I need you to save up $1,000. I'm not saying this event's going to cost you $1,000. What I'm saying is that's the kind of mindset I have. I need you to go ahead and bundle your first quarter coming into 2023. I need you to have $1,000 saved up. We got some things that we're going to do in Florida. We got some things that we're going to launch in Florida. We got some things we got to do after Florida. I'm not saying it's going to cost you $1,000. That's the mindset I have. And I'm not afraid to tell a person, look, you're going to need to invest in yourself this first quarter to come out the gates with MWR 4.0. Create, sustain, advance. Did you hear that the daily guarantee that you currently have could double, not just from your existing group, but because of the new compensation plan? Did you hear that something is going to run parallel and more upfront money is going to exist in addition to your daily guarantee? Did you hear that? So why would you go to Fort Lauderdale by yourself? You can't ask people to do something that you haven't done personally. So if you aren't registered and you aren't going, it's kind of hard to tell somebody to register and ask them where they're staying and how they're getting there if you haven't done it yourself. So I look forward to seeing you guys in Fort Lauderdale. I'll be honest with you. What you heard tonight is maybe 20 to 30, I'll say 35% of what's to come. And he did a great job of not letting the cat out of the bag. And don't ask me because I'm not telling you, right? That's 35% of what's to come. Create your momentum now. Continue to sustain it next month and advance it in January going into February. I appreciate you guys, man. Create, sustain, advance, and Fort Lauderdale is going to be the key to that.
I love it. Brian, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. Dom, I don't think anything else needs to be said.
There's nothing that needs to be said. He was right on point, as always. Thank you, Brian.
Amen. All right,
Thank
guys. Well, listen, everybody have a great remainder of the week, and definitely get registered for this event. You're not going to want to miss it. And guys, we're so excited for you. We are. We're not excited for us. We're excited for you. Okay, because you guys are what this is all about. So love you guys. Appreciate you a bunch, and look forward to seeing you in Fort Lauderdale. And we'll see you here probably. Dom, are we going to do another one before Christmas?
Yeah, we'll probably do one more before Christmas. Yeah,
we'll see you here within the next week or so, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Bye, guys.
All right. Good night.